And here we are, boys and girls, for part two. So welcome back for part two. And let's pick up with problem number, share the screen, problem number 10. Problem number 10. Okay, so it says for this equation, list all the possible rational roots and then actually find the roots. So this is the P over Q thing, the P over Q. This is our P and this is our Q. One's our Q. So you list all the factors of negative 24. Well, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 4, plus or minus 6, plus or minus 8, plus or minus 12, and plus or minus, that says plus or minus. That's not a hashtag, plus or minus. Is that all of them? I believe so. And then the factors of 1 are just plus or minus 1. And then we put all the P's over the Q's. Well, the good news, since that denominator is 1, 6 over 1, 6, 12 over 1 is 12. So the P over Q list is actually this list. So that's what you list in your answer column. Make sure it's plus or minus. Now, on the actual test, will this lead coefficient be 1? Because if it's a 5, now you're going to have things like 2 over 5 and 12 over 5. Let me check the actual test and wait for it. Yes, the lead coefficient is 1. So good news is you're only going to have to worry about plus or minus 1. All right, so here's one more. Oh no, let's find the roots now and we'll come back. All right, so now you're going to actually find the roots by synthetic division. Oh, erase. Get in the present moment here, coach. Let's go. So we got 1, 3, negative 8, negative 24, 3, 2, 1, none. Yeah. So you take a shot. Maybe 6 goes in. Maybe it's negative 3. Maybe it's 12. I don't know. It's kind of trial and error. I think someone said 3 works. Or maybe negative 3 works. Let's try negative 3. Bring down the 1. Negative 3, 0, 0, negative 8. Yay. Cap was the one who told us that. So negative 3 is a root. Now, once you start with the cubic, now it's down to squared. So that's x squared plus 0x minus 8 equals 0. It's quadratic. We know how to solve quadratics. You can use quadratic formula. A is 1, B is 0, C is negative 8. Or you can do this, add 8 to each side, take the square root. So x is plus or minus square root of 8. Here in America, that's 2 root 2. So your roots were negative 3, 2 root 2, and negative 2 root 2. How's that? That's how you do it. So let me give you another one. I have to pause because it takes a minute to figure one out that works. So don't go away. Come back. I think I got one for you. Let's try x cubed minus 2x squared minus 10x plus 20 equals 0. Okay, you can pause while you figure out your P over Q. All right, the P's, what goes in 20? 1 goes in, so 20 goes in. 2 goes in, 2 times 10, so 10 goes in. 3 doesn't go in, 4 goes in, so 5 goes in. That's another way to do it. And I think that's it. So that's your P's. Your Q's, I told you, are going to be plus or minus 1. You are welcome. You put your P's over Q's and you just get all these over 1, which is this. So answer column, possible rational roots, you list those with the plus or minus. Make a little note on your little note card. Make sure you have plus or minus. All right, let's find the actual roots. And we'll list our coefficients, 1, negative 2, negative 10, 20. And you take a shot. So you try 3, doesn't work. You try 5, no, doesn't work. Try negative 2, doesn't work. You try positive 2, I think positive 2 works. It does. And look at here what we're left with. We started with x cubed, so now we're down to 1x squared plus 0x minus 10. Right, 1x squared plus 0x minus 10. Add 10 to each side, x squared equals 10, so x is plus or minus root 10. So answer column, positive 2, root 10, negative root 10, and you win. All right, let's keep moving here. On to number 11. Turn the page, number 11. Okay, so here's where we can move a little bit because these are quicker. If you're starting to worry about how am I going to get through all these problems in 90 minutes, because some problems do take 3.5 minutes, but some problems take 3.5 seconds. This one's probably going to take a minute. So you don't have to write it down. So don't start the clock yet, but here we go. You distribute this negative. That's what you do. So make a note on number 11 on the test, you distribute the negative. So this stays the same here. Now I have negative 3x cubed minus 2x squared plus 5x, and you simply collect like terms. I see negative 7x cubed minus 3x squared plus 5x plus 7. Is that what you got? Negative 7x cubed minus 3x squared, 5x plus 7. I think I did that one correctly. You want to try another one? Go ahead. That's 7. You pause, you're back, distribute the negative 1. So that's negative 4x cubed plus 7x minus 9er. And we got this out front. What do you all got, kids? 1x cubed minus 10x squared plus 7x minus 10. I think that is it. Number 12. Okay, we do exponents first. That's what Aunt Sally says. Raise to the power of 2. 3 squared means 3 times 3 is 9. A8P2. Not 3 times 2. 3, 2 times. Multiply the exponents. A8P2. This one, negative 1, 3 times. Negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. A to the 9th, P to the 15th. Now it's a multiplication problem. You multiply coefficients, you add exponents. Beautiful. So how about you try this one? Okay. So that's 16, a to the 4th, p to the 6th, times negative 8, a to the 18th, p to the 24th. Right? Negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. 16 times negative 8, negative 128, a to the 22nd, p to the 30th. Good, 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 good. Speaking of 128, think of root 128. Makes me remember something I heard just recently was about root 93. There was a woman who got home from work and she turns on the TV, turns on the news, and they say, hey, alert to motorists out there on Route 93. There's one motorist who's driving the wrong way on Route 93, so be careful. And the wife says, oh my goodness, my husband comes home on Route 93. Let me call him on the cell phone. So she calls him and says, honey, are you driving on Route 93? He goes, yes, I am. She goes, be careful because there's one guy driving the wrong way. He goes, one guy driving the wrong way. They're all driving the wrong way. That could be the last joke of the year. All right. I might have already told you that one, but I can't keep track. All right, on to number 13. Oh, what am I doing? Mayday, mayday. Oh, stop it. Let's pretend that didn't happen. I get so excited about that joke, I went crazy. 4m negative 5y, negative 2m3y negative 3, m squared y negative 1. I think that's it. Multiply coefficients. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8, times 1 is negative 8. Add the exponents on m. Negative 5 plus 3 is negative 2, plus 2 is 0. And on the y's, 1 plus negative 3 is negative 2, plus negative 1 is negative 3. M to the 0 power is 1. Not m to 1, just a regular 1. So I got -8y to the -3, and any negative exponent goes down the basement as a positive exponent. Here we go. So it becomes -8 over y to the third. All right, try this one, kids. So coefficient -24, m to the -7, it's -2, -9, -7, and y to the 1, 4, -5. We don't move the -24. We never move coefficients. We only move the exponent's final answer. Okay. And number 14. The easiest way to do this one is if we have a fraction to a negative, we flip the fraction. It says flip and make the power positive. So this fraction, the a squared's on top. It's really 3a squared over 5. The a squared's on the top. Flip the fraction and make the power positive, and that's just 25 over 9a to the fourth. That's it. Fraction to a negative power. Well, when's that going to come up? It's going to come up in number 14. Maybe, no, guaranteed. Guaranteed you're going to get so you flip the fraction, that a6 on the top. So you flip it. Now you get 3 over 2a to the 6th and make the power positive. So 27 over 8a to the 18th. Okay. And number 15. Number 15 is just a straight distributive. Just distribute -8x to the 5th plus 12x to the 4th plus 4x cubed. Right, you multiply coefficients, you add the exponents. Do I really need to give you another one like this? Raise your hand if you need another one like that. Really? Come on. All right. Calm down. There you go. Try that one. -12x to the 7th plus 6x to the 6th minus 18x to the 4th. You got it. Then we go into 16. Looks like a binomial times a trinomial. In period D, if you're watching this over the weekend or even early in the week, we're going to do all this in class. Period A is the one that I want to hit this a second time for period A, but for period D too. All right, so a binomial times a trinomial means there are 6 total multiplications. You can do 4x times each of these, and then you're going to do -3y times each of these. So it's the same multiplication rules, multiply coefficients, add exponents, just do it 6 times. So 4x times 6x squared, 24x cubed. 4x times that is -8x squared y, and then plus 4xy squared. Then in green, we'll get -18, it's x squared y, yx squared is the same thing, x squared y. Then positive 6xy squared minus 3y to the third. Do we have any like terms? Yes, this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. So I got 24x cubed. Then -8 of these and -18 of these is -26x squared y. Then here I'll get 10xy squared. Notice we're not changing the exponents. When you collect like terms, you don't change the exponents. You just change the coefficients. There you go. All right, I want to move on to number 17. You say, oh my goodness, M's and R's, and what do you want from me? I'm just a kid, for crying out loud. Well, first of all, the coefficient is 1. When you raise 1 to any power, whether it's the second power, the third power, or the rth power, or the mth power, you still get 1. So you don't have to worry about coefficients. So what do we do to the exponents? Raising to a power, we multiply exponents. So 2r times r is 2r squared. -m times r is -mr. Over here, you're raising to a power, you multiply exponents. M times m is m squared. plus 2 RM or MR, either way. Now it's a multiplication problem. What do? You multiply coefficients. It's still 1. You don't need to write it. So y to the add exponents. I'm going to add 2r squared minus mr plus m squared plus 2mr. M-O. 2m. So again, r squared minus mr plus m squared plus 2mr. Okay. Any like terms here? Yep. So y to the 2r squared plus 1mr plus m squared. Do I factor this or anything? No, just leave it. All right, so try this one, kids. How about y to the 2m plus r to the m times y to the m minus 3r to the r. Parentheses, okay. So you get y to the 2m squared plus mr. Here it's y to the mr minus 3r squared. Multiply, you add the exponents of this listed here. We do have some like terms. MR makes 2mr, so y to the 2m squared plus 2mr minus 3r squared is your answer. All right, same thing going on in 18 with the m's and the w's and the p's, but it's a FOIL problem. It's a binomial times a binomial, so you FOIL. The first, I get m to 3w times m to w. Coefficient's 1, so you get 1m to the, add the exponents, 4w. Outer, plus m3w p 2w. You don't add those exponents? No, because that's an m and that's a p. The inner, I get negative pw mw. And the last, I'll get negative p. Now you add the exponents because the base is p on both. W plus 2w is 3w. Okay. Any like terms? Is it MP and an MP, but exponents are different? Nope. So that's your answer. That's it. All right, try this one. First, the base is the same, a and a, so you add the exponents, 4p. Outer, I'll get a 3p, y 2x. Inner, negative ap yx. And last is negative y. Now you add the exponents, 3x. No like terms, you're done. You're done. On to 19. Ooh, is it still recording? I think it is. Oh boy, yep, it is. Got a little panicky there. That wouldn't have been good. 19 is this. (16x cubed y fifth, 4x y the eighth). You divide the coefficients. 16 divided by 4 is 4. You subtract the exponents top to bottom. 3 minus 1 is 2. 5 minus 8 is negative 3. If you subtract starting from the top, your result goes on the top. I'll say that again. If you subtract starting from the top, the result goes on the top. And now that y cubed just swings to the bottom. There's your answer. All right, so how about you try this one? (24 divided by 12 is 2. I get x negative 4, y positive 2. You got it. Only the x to fourth moves down. There you go. All right, let's get to number 20. Oh boy, still quite a bit to do. Number 20. Well, this just combines a couple skills. of multiplying and then dividing. So let's multiply on top, -10, a to the -3, p to the 5, adding exponents over this. So -10/20 reduces to -1/2. Subtract the exponents, starting from the top, that's -3 minus 8, so that's a -11. Start from the top, that's 5 minus -2, that's +7. So I'll get negative P7 over 2a to the 11th. You do. Sure. Let's see, -8, a to the -3, p to the -2 over this. -8/16 also reduces to -1/2. A's -3 minus 8. Hey, get that -11 again. P's -2 minus 12 is -14. That's a P, -14. So we have our answer. My face in the way. So you get -1 on top, 2 in the bottom, A11th on the bottom, P14 in the bottom. All right, I'm going to stop here after number 20. I'm getting a little concerned that sometimes if it goes beyond a certain number of minutes, it shuts down, and I don't want to lose this whole thing. So I guess we'll finish part 2 here, and I'll pick up with part 3 in a few minutes. Okay. All right. Part 2 being posted, part 3 coming up soon. End.